this league is just now getting some traction because of that young lady right there, Caitlin Clark.
She is the current favorite to win the 2025 WNBA MVP award.
Who's the most promising player in the WNBA? Caitlin Clark.
They clearly have a big three, right? It's Caitlin, number first and foremost one.
Angel Reese just shocked everyone.
Angel Reese said during her podcast threatening, we'll go on strike.
Angel Reese just shocked everyone. Angel Reese said during her podcast, threatening we will go on strike, stepping back from chasing WNBA greatness, while Caitlin Clark is getting praised like never before.
She walks into year 2 as the face of the league.
As Reese shifts her focus off the court, Clark is rising fast, earning respect from fans and even her toughest rivals. One star is fading, the other is taking over. If you're a Caitlin Clark fan and want to support her, type 100% in the comments.
Caitlin last year, that was so phenomenal for me, was the pressure that she was under to compete, to be a spokeswoman, to be the headline player in a league.
Angel Reese came into the WNBA surrounded by massive hype after a high-profile college career and a national championship. Many expected her to dominate the pro level with the same energy and grit.
Because I'm hearing like, yeah, they don't give us, if y'all don't give us what we want, like, we sitting out.
That's a possibility.
But what's unfolding now tells a very different story. In recent interviews and media appearances, it has become increasingly clear that Reese is not placing the WNBA at the center of her career ambitions.
And I'll continue to take that on and be that for my teammates. And if I want to be that, and I know I'll go down in history, I'll look back in 20 years and be like, yeah, the reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person, it's because of me too, and I want y'all to realize that.
Yeah, people are watching, not just because of one person. All right, but they're watching because of me too.
Instead, she's positioning herself as a media personality, influencer, and brand figure.
Lee's going on strike. Fans don't appreciate that at any level.
Angel Reese is much closer to being a content creator, a C-list, D-list celebrity, than she is to being an actual basketball player, focusing more on her image, endorsements, and celebrity opportunities rather than grinding it out on the court every night. The clearest sign of this shift comes from discussions about her evolving role on the Chicago Sky roster with the arrival of Kamilla Cardoso. She is the dominant player on the Chicago Sky team, her South Carolina teammate, and other key acquisitions. Reese's position as a centerpiece player is under real threat. Reports indicate that her playing minutes may decrease, and she may not be as integral to the team strategy as fans once assumed. Her own WNBA draft position, going 7th overall, raised eyebrows, especially when Cardoso, who played alongside her, was drafted 3rd overall.
A lot of Angel Reese fans are not basketball fans, and they are proving it.
Stupid arrogance, entitlement, racism, sexism will fly. I, me, I.
This subtle but significant difference shows how even professional evaluators and coaches may not see Reese as the long-term star that was originally promised. In fact, Cardoso's rising stock compared to Reese's fading spotlight speaks volumes. While Cardoso's name is attached to on-court impact, Reese's name is popping up more frequently in off-court ventures, social media events, and endorsement deals.
She is the dominant player on the Chicago Sky team.
All of this paints a picture of a player whose priorities are shifting away from the daily grind and fierce competition of professional basketball and toward cultivating a broader lifestyle brand. For many WNBA fans and analysts, this feels like a soft rejection of the league. Reese isn't coming out and saying she's quitting, but actions speak louder than words.
Kamilla Cardoso was taken 3rd in the draft ahead of Angel Reese. That tells you what the Chicago Sky thought about the two players.
Her focus appears divided, and with other rising stars commanding attention purely based on their game, Angel Reese's future as a dominant WNBA force is now in serious doubt, while Angel Reese's focus appears to be drifting away from the heart of WNBA competition.
She's making basically $75,000 a year on a rookie salary. What that doesn't tell you is the amount of money she's making from endorsements.
Caitlin Clark is charging forward and commanding a level of respect that few rookies or even veterans ever see in this league.
Angel Reese fans are going to lose their minds over this.
What's unfolding around Clark isn't just about skill, it's about legacy building. Right from day one, her transition from college basketball into the pros has been seamless, and her reputation continues to grow faster than anyone could have predicted. Even players who once faced her as bitter rivals are now openly praising her talent, a testament to how deeply her abilities have been recognized across the basketball world. One of the most telling moments came during an interview conducted in Brazil, where Camila Cardoso, Angel Reese's own college teammate, was asked to name the best WNBA prospect right now. Without hesitation, Cardoso confidently answered Caitlin Clark.
In March, Angel Reese admitted the players could be, quote, sitting out if y'all don't give us what we want.
This wasn't just a casual compliment from a distant observer. This was a direct acknowledgement from a player who had experienced Clark's dominance firsthand on the biggest stage in college basketball. Let's not forget that it was Caitlin Clark who defeated Cardoso in South Carolina in the final for ending their undefeated season and dashing their championship hopes. Despite that bitter loss, Cardo didn't hesitate to admit that Clark's game simply stands above the rest.
This league is just now getting some traction because of that young lady right there, Caitlin Clark. Man, if they go to a work stoppage, it could be disastrous.
This moment was powerful because it cut across typical rivalries. We often expect athletes to side with their former teammates or with those from their own programs. Yet, here was Cardoso, who had spent her college career alongside Angel Reese, going on record to declare Clark as the most dangerous and promising player in the league. That's the kind of respect that cannot be bought or faked. It is earned through relentless work, jaw-dropping performances, and undeniable skill.
A jogadora mais promissora da liga tirando você.
Caitlin Clark.
What makes Caitlin Clark's rise even more impressive is how she is reshaping expectations of what a rookie can do in the WNBA. Normally, first-year players spend their time adjusting to the speed and physicality of the pro game. Clark has done the opposite, from long-range threes that leave crowds gasping to her precise passing that slices through even the toughest defenses. She's brought her college dominance straight into the professional arena. Her numbers, her highlights, and her leadership already have analysts discussing MVP caliber potential. A conversation most rookies aren't even close to entering. But it's not just fellow players and analysts who are singing her praises.
To actually pay you the big deals, there will already be a championship culture in the DNA.
Coaches, fans, commentators, and even former players have gone on record to applaud what Clark is doing for the game. She is bringing record-breaking viewership, packing arenas, and igniting a level of interest in the WNBA that many argue hasn't been seen in years. That impact stretches beyond stat sheets. It's about changing the landscape of women's basketball itself. Contrast that with Angel Reese, whose name is now more attached to endorsement deals and lifestyle headlines than game-changing performances. While Reese is grabbing attention off the court, Clark is letting her game do the talking. And it's working. The admiration Clark is receiving isn't just polite applause, it's genuine awe from people who know how hard it is to dominate at this level. As Clark continues to rack up accolades, the gap between her and Angel Reese grows more noticeable every week. One is rising on the strength of her game alone, the other is fading from the conversation when it comes to on-court dominance, and that difference is why Caitlin Clark is being praised so widely and deeply right now.
She was asked about what success looks like for her next season. The answer was pretty easy, with a mic drop moment.
Have you guys been explicit so far about wanting to win a championship this year? And
yeah, I mean, absolutely.
What does success then look like? I mean,
a championship.
In a way, Angel Reese simply isn't matching. As we watch these two paths unfold, Angel Reese veering toward the celebrity spotlight and Caitlin Clark cementing her basketball dominance, it becomes impossible to ignore the widening divide between their careers. What started as a competitive rivalry on the college hardwood is rapidly evolving into a tale of two entirely different legacies. And if you pay close attention, it's clear that the choices each athlete is making now will shape how they're remembered, not just next season, but for decades to come. Let's start with Angel Reese. Even her staunchest supporters are beginning to acknowledge that her focus is no longer squarely on the grind of improving her basketball craft. Over the past few months, Reese has inked major endorsement deals, graced the covers of high-profile magazines, walked runways, and appeared at A-list celebrity events. From BET Awards appearances to launching fashion collaborations, she's positioning herself as a cultural icon.
I feel like everyone talks about it. I'll see it on social media. They'll be like, Caitlin has so strong muscles. And don't tell her I said that either. don't even mention that. Yeah. But I think her strength, I mean, she gets in the paint and she's able to bully her way in and finish strong at the basket. I mean, everyone talks about, once again, her three-point shooting, and we've all seen her passing, but I think her ability to get downhill and really just stay on balance and score the ball, I think is going to be great this year too.
A businesswoman, a model, and a public figure with influence far beyond the basketball court. Now, to be clear, there's nothing inherently wrong with athletes expanding their brands. We've seen superstars like Serena Williams, LeBron James, and even Shaquille O'Neal build empires off the court while maintaining excellence in their sports. The difference, however, is that those legends first dominated their respective games relentlessly and used their athletic greatness as the foundation of their broader platforms. In Reese's case, it feels like she's trying to skip that crucial step. Her on-court performances have not reached the elite level, and yet her energy seems increasingly invested in external ventures. In fact, even her WNBA statistics reflect a player still adjusting to the pro game rather than commanding it. Her shooting percentages, rebounding efficiency, and defensive impact haven't yet mirrored the dominance fans witnessed during her LSU championship run, and with her minutes at risk of declining due to the Sky's evolving roster, especially with Camila Cardoso emerging as a strong interior force. Reese's role could shrink even further. That's a dangerous trajectory for an athlete hoping to leave a lasting mark on a league as competitive as the WNBA. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark is laying down the blueprint of exactly how to balance exposure with excellence.
Caitlin Clark pretty much shattering all expectations in her rookie season, set rookie season scoring records, 761 points, 321 assists, breaking the record for total assists in WNBA history.
By letting her game fuel her fame, her media appearances, interviews, and endorsements are skyrocketing, yes. But all of it is directly tied to her jaw-dropping performances on the hardwood. Clark doesn't have to chase the spotlight off the court because her on-court brilliance naturally commands attention every time she drops 30-plus points or dishes out double-digit assists. She generates headlines bigger than any photo shoot could provide. And that's the crux of the divide: substance versus sizzle. Clark is building substance with each game, hard, undeniable proof that she belongs among the greats. Ree, on the other hand, is starting to rely more on sizzle, the flash, the fashion, the fame, without backing it up with equivalent dominance on the court.
Team, as we go through our WNBA preview, is the team that I know many of you are fascinated by. It's the team that I don't know what the odds are in the sports books up there in North Carolina, Mitch, but certainly nationally, the conversation when it comes to the WNBA surrounds the Indiana Fever, the second season of Caitlin Clark in the W, and how this team that's been retooled with a new coach, they've brought in some veteran players. You can make the argument they're in win now mode, combined with that young core that they still have predominantly on rookie contracts.
This pattern continues. It won't be long before Reese's star begins to dim among hardcore basketball fans, who will naturally gravitate toward players producing results where it counts most in games. Another key difference is perception within the league itself. Caitlin Clark is earning the respect not just of fans and media, but of coaches and fellow players, people whose opinions shape all-star selections, endorsements, and long-term legacies. When seasoned veterans and rivals openly applaud your skills.
Season to bring Caitlin up to speed to play defense against the defense that she's going to be.
As Cardoso did for Clark, it builds an undeniable narrative of greatness. Ree is not getting that same level of professional peer respect. Even worse, her past on-court altercations, including confrontations and heated exchanges, are beginning to overshadow her actual performances, leading to questions about her temperament and maturity as a player. The long-term implications are clear if Clark continues on this